this year I got laid off from a job that I loved. I worked at there over 3 years. 2 months later, my dad passed away. And what did I do? I told myself that, oh, I need to be successful in his honor. I want him to be proud of me from upstairs. And so instead of properly grieving, typical me just went into goal setting mode. And what I should have done was rest. What I should have done was grieve. Instead, to help with my layoff that was giving me a lot of anxiety, I was like, well, let's take action. Let's be proactive. So I got my real estate license thinking, oh, I'll probably like real estate. No. So I did all that hard work for months, and then I jumped into the real estate market in New York City in the dead market of winter. And I really gave it my all for a whole 3 weeks until I realized, like, goodness, I can't afford to work for free much longer, because in real estate in New York City, well, everywhere or that I know of, it's commission based. So I was doing rentals, and it's just, I was exhausted and I was burnt out with that. So the stress of working for free, plus realizing the lifestyle of not knowing my schedule, having to drop what I'm doing and to show an apartment in the next 20 minutes, I realized I was like, I don't think this is for me. Walked away feeling like I failed at yet another thing. So what did I do? I problem solved. I picked myself up. I went door to door, giving my resume to restaurants. Thankfully, I heard back from a place, and I went back to waitressing. I've been waitressing. I've been in the food industry since I was 14. But I told myself a story about myself, like, oh, I'm in the same place as I was when I was 16 almost. You know, I have all this experience and all of that. I put so much effort and work into all my projects. You know, the stressful part wasn't the waitressing, but it was a story I attached to it, that story. A friend asked me, oh, so what's new with you? I froze. I didn't have any wins, no new announcements, and I felt like a loser. And so psychologists have a name for this: contingent self-worth. It means that you've staked your value on one thing, output, and now your worth rises and falls with your calendar. Good week, good person. Bad week, worthless. I've stood in rooms in New York City and LA where the first question is, oh, so what do you do? And I've watched people decide right there how much of their attention I've earned. A room that ranks people by one answer isn't measuring anyone, it's measuring itself. So I realized, I was like, oh my goodness, here I am, bummed at myself. I had to pick myself up again. And so anyway, one day I'm journaling and I realized, oh my goodness, I'm putting so much worth into external circumstances. Dream nudge troubleshoot. So I realized, I was like, you know what if there was a month where we don't even worry about goals, to remind ourselves that you are not what you do with life, and we get in a system where we're just rolling, and then we are to a point where we're burnt out. And so I was like, oh, what if we had a month where we didn't even think about goals? If you would like to as well, that's up to you. But remind ourselves that our worth is intrinsic. You are born worthy. For us just to remember that you are not what you do, and you are born worthy, and nobody is worthy more than anybody else. You know what I mean? So I built the Dream Nudge Anti-Goal Setting Workbook for you to do when you just feel like you need a charge. And I figured, what a better month than August to do it, but really you could do it whenever you feel like it. So because come September, I love, oh my goodness, with fall, I love having, like harvesting our goals and all that. I love to have my goals take a little bit of shape come September, because I don't know, fall time is just so fun. Pumpkin spice latte and goal setting for me is so lovely. The last month of summer, guys, let's relax. I'll do a little bit of what you can expect in the book, a little psychologist name for what most of us are doing, contingent self-worth. They found they take their worth on particular domains like achievement, approval, appearance, or outdoing others, and then their entire sense of value rises and falls with events in that domain. So talk about money, clothes, and other things that were really never the point, you know? So if achievement is one false mirror, money and stuff are the other. Research by Tim Kasser and Richard Ryan found that people who most strongly centered their lives on financial success reported lower well-being and vitality than people who centered on growth, connection, and community. So they called it the dark side of the American dream. And they were being polite. So timeline is made up. So I talk about how, you know, like, there is no timeline. There is no timeline, okay? It is made up. Trust, don't force, okay? And here's the secret deal most of us made without noticing. If I achieve enough, I will finally feel safe. Safe from money, fear, safe from that 2 a.m. feeling. Achievement stopped being something we do and became a security system we live inside. And when your accomplishments are your bodyguards, of course you can't rest. Rest feels like leaving the door unlocked. Okay, so with that, chapter 7, I introduced the rest system. Okay, R is for release, week 1. E is for exist, week 2. S is for step off the timeline, week 3. T is for trust, week 4. Underneath the 4 weeks runs the engine of the whole book, the daily loop. 6 steps every day, 10 to 20 minutes any time of the day. So we're going to journal, okay, and then circle. As you write, circle any thoughts that come out as heavy, okay? Don't argue. And then you're going to reframe that. Affirm. There's 7 affirmations given to you every day, and set an intention. So, all right. Okay, so example of the daily work. Okay, so you have a little journal prompt, and then, you know, affirmations. Rest is a need, not a prize. I do not have to earn my kindness. I give myself permission before anyone else does. Okay? And simply a nice calming journal. And this isn't about fixing anything. You're not broken. It's a month off from like trying to be external. So if August is the month, you need to put the goals down for a minute.